What's going on, early birds? How you guys doing? Chris, what's going on? Chris, how are you doing, buddy? Good to see you this evening. My man Marcus, what's happening, buddy? The bandit is in the house. What's up? How are you doing? It's been a beautiful week, man. Got some decent rain. Lawn's looking good. I hope everybody's been having an awesome week. All right, we'll give the peanut gallery another minute and a half or so, folks, for everybody to find their seats. How's everybody out there doing? Fat boy, what's going on, buddy? Great seeing you this evening, man. Great seeing you this evening. The Q. The Q, where are you out of? Mama, is the Q a new one? uh, you do something for almost 21 years, Barbacore Bandit. It kind of becomes a part of you, man. Yeah, kind of becomes a part of you. Big D is in the house. How are you doing, buddy? Jack, what's up, baby? How are you doing? All right, Mama, the Q is out of Oklahoma. Welcome aboard, the Q. We appreciate it, man. We absolutely appreciate it. Great seeing you. Burnt ends, man, you got one more day. You talking about winding down. One more day, and life is going to be good for a few days. Double D, what's happening? Oscar Garcia, what's up, buddy? How are you doing, man? The Thursday night show. Those of you out there, man, if you don't know, I just realized it last week that Jack, you don't know Jack, his page went live a few months ago and he kept it on the DL. So go check him out when you get a chance. You don't know Jack Barbecue. All right, folks, we're at 4.5 minutes, man. Once again, I want to welcome everybody to another episode with Mama and Papa Joe. This evening, we've got another awesome guest for you, man. I met this young man last year, I believe, or was it the year before last? I think it was last year. And at that time, he was pretty much a noob. He was pretty much a newbie, man. And next thing I know, this young man is opening up a spot with some great promises, some great food. From everything I've heard, I haven't visited yet, but that is coming up in the very near future. There's a group of us heading there in the very near future. We'll be able to tell you more. So without further ado, Let's welcome Adrian to the show. Adrian, what's going on, buddy? How you doing this evening, man?
Man, it's the best day of my life, CJ. How you doing?
All is well. All is well. For those of you who don't know Adrian, man, we're gonna let him introduce himself. Adrian, let the peanut gallery know a little bit about you, man. What's going on?
Yeah, my name is Adrian Davila. I'm originally born and raised in San Antonio, Texas, from the South Side, and uh, been here for quite some time. And did my travels, playing college ball in California, and ultimately making my way back home to Texas, and traveled throughout Texas as well, and decided, come back to San Antonio. San Antonio's home.
Sweet, man. And dude, like all of us, we've got a story of how we ended up in this barbecue thing, so to speak.
Yeah.
All of our stories tend to be a little bit different, but we all have one. How did you get into barbecue? And we're not talking about restaurant barbecue. How
Yeah.
did you get into barbecue?
Man, it's a very interesting question because it kind of came in waves. I mean, growing up in Texas, South Texas, I'm the second oldest of 8 kids, so there's 10 of us, growing up, and we had a lot of family that lived close together in San Antonio, so we were frequent with the barbecue. Everybody would come over, and you're talking about a massive amount of food, from chicken to fajitas to sausage to everything that we know here from this, being in the South Side of San Antonio. So
Yeah.
it was always there growing up, and boy, did I love to eat it. So um, just growing up through that, and doing my thing as far as different career avenues that I've been through, and my career choices, and kind of come around full circle. And I was selling brand new homes for the longest time. I was selling new homes for a good about 4 years, and during the COVID pandemic era as well, that's when it got extremely busy. That's something that really kind of honed in when we're all busy. I'm always gone, doing my thing. I was very good at what I did. Um, but one day I was scrolling through Facebook, and just kind of looking through some things, and barbecue's always on my feed, and I had an opportunity to pick up an online class, and I went through one of those classes online and pretty much got hooked from there. Uh, Went on to get into a pitmaster class and learned a lot about that from some other pitmasters. So my actual learning, the actual craft of barbecue, came from guys like you. I've learned a lot. Took your class in person, which is something that was completely mind blowing when you can actually see it in person versus on video. So that was a big cornerstone as far as I want to say my development as a someone behind a pit, and learning from the greats, from you, from videos from like Aaron Franklin and Arnie Tex is another one. So a bunch of pit masters that I've studied and continue to study, and pretty much grabbing things that I can do and kind of putting it together, if that makes sense. So um, I pretty much, once I got into that, especially with the competition side of what you do, that was even more of a hook from I was like, we're very competitive, man. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
played football my entire life, and again, 4 boys, 4 girls growing up, and we were very competitive, playing baseball every year. And so when I got the competitive bug in me, uh, that was something that I really enjoyed, and really was soaking up that in, because that's that's a totally different game right there when it comes to competition. So just soaking everything up as much as I can, being a sponge, man, and giving it up to all guys that are paving the way like yourself, and just trying to follow the leadership of everybody that's there, especially here in San Antonio. And I'm just glad that you're available here in San Antonio to be able to take advantage of the knowledge that you have, and you're able to share with everybody. So it's awesome.
Well, man, I am here to tell you that it was awesome meeting you in that class. That was the first time we met, and that was last year,
Yeah,
or
it
was
was
that
last
year?
year.
That was
That was
last
last
year.
year. It was
Yeah,
last year in March. In March, I think. Yeah.
yeah. And at no point at that time did you already have ideas about about opening up a about vending?
No, all I did was catering. I left and I left my career. I mean, I left a very good career selling homes. I mean, I'm talking like it was phenomenal. I left great money to pursue something that changed my life, man. Once I started learning the groundwork of how to pretty much become a pitmaster, it was all that I could obsess about. I couldn't
Yeah,
even work
yeah,
anymore, man. I'm learning and just reading, watching videos, watching your videos, everything as much as I can consume, um and when I'm actually smoking meat, it just put me at ease. So um it's something that is still ongoing and learning. It's a process, which that's one thing I'm enjoying right now is the
yeah,
process of doing this. So no, the restaurant, that's something that came up as an opportunity, and it was godsend. I took advantage of it, and it was, man, it's one of the best things that I've done. But I was doing the catering. I mean, people didn't know who I am; they still don't, So I was just going off the energy and the people that I was serving, and
yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah,
word of mouth gets out, and that's what I'm doing now. I do a lot of marketing online, but the food, it's just getting better. I'm not the best pitmaster out there, I'll tell you that. But for the product that I produce, um, it puts smiles on faces. So that's the stage I'm at right now. Is loving the moment when families are there and they're really just enjoying the food and just the time spent, together and just hanging out. So that's where I'm at right now in my journey. And it's very exciting. So
yeah.
there's a lot of ups and downs right now. As far as the restaurant business is going. It's something that is new to me, but um, it's an awesome experience if I can say that.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you that after the class, and whether it's a coincidence or
Hmm.
just the fact that I was now aware of you,
Hmm.
after the class, I immediately began to see you in my news feed with the caterings
Hmm.
and the different barbecue related events. And
Hmm.
at that time, and when I saw that, I was thinking, man, this guy was telling me about how new he was the barbecue in the class, and here he is already doing all this stuff. And I'm thinking, I know it's not from. I mean, my class is bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
My class is legit, but
It's
I don't
yes.
know that in 2 weeks you're going to be out there catering because of Mom and Papa Joe. But so you already had big time experience, uh, and you've done something, man, that many of us dream of. Many of us, for whatever reason, haven't pulled the trigger on vending. For whatever reason, you've done something. So the fact that you've done that is already, man, a feather in your cap. And you mentioned, that you're not the best pit master out there. Nothing happens overnight, bro. Yeah, nothing happens overnight, man. You look at some of these places that are out there that are really well highly thought of. Uh, they've been there for years already. Uh, a restaurant pit does not become seasoned overnight. And the seasoning for a restaurant barbecue pit is so important, man. Uh, and it takes years to develop, and all those things play a role in that quality, that consistent product that your customers, your clients are going to come to know and love. So baby steps, man, and the fact that you're doing it tells me that you're in it to win it, bro. You are in it to win it. So tell us about the spot, man. How large is it? Is there inside seating, outside?
So we're just south of downtown. We actually partnered up and we subleased with a guy who's got the front building, which is Carnita Lonja. That guy's a
Oh,
James
I
Beard.
know where that is.
Yeah. So
All right.
Alex, James Beard Award winner,
Yeah.
phenomenal chef. Um, he's got a lot. It's got 3 buildings, and and the good thing about, again, right place, right time. He was looking for somebody to, fill in some, back space in the restaurant in the back. And so I was one of the many people who've inquired, and um, I do believe in faith, and we were picked, out of everybody that inquired, and we went over there and we saw potential, and it's something that we just had to jump in on, and we just went all in, man. And it was like, there's no better time to do it. I mean, of course, we have our doubts. We always have our doubts,
Yeah.
but
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
that stops everybody. Is like, man, it's one thing that I've learned throughout the years of doing what I've been doing in sales and marketing is you just got to do it, man. You got to take the next step and jump off that cliff, and you got to make sure you hit all the branches on the way down, because the reality is there's not there's not enough time, man. You don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, man. We're all not guaranteed tomorrow, so
No what
you,
ifs. No what ifs.
you just got to go.
Yeah.
You just
No
got to
what
go
ifs.
and do it.
All right.
And
All
if
right.
it
So
doesn't work out, yeah, go ahead.
yeah. 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 Oh, absolutely, man. And again, man, those what ifs. You don't want to become an old man with the what ifs. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Now I know where Carnitas Lonja, because
Yeah.
I went looking for that spot 2 years ago, and
Mhm.
I drove past it 3 times
Oh yeah,
before I realized that was the spot.
yeah,
All right, so that is not going to be a problem.
yeah.
So what are your hours? What are your days?
So right now it's Saturday, Sunday, and Monday from 11 a.m. until we're sold out, or till 4 o'clock. We're a 3-man team right now, so it's we make enough to, we're just gauging the crowd, and we
Yeah.
make enough to last for a while, and usually by 4 o'clock we're done. And then on Tuesdays we have our $2 Taco Tuesdays, which is going to be our third week running, and it's been pretty popular. I mean, barbecue taco for $2, bro. You can't beat that.
Yeah. No.
It's a great evening, but that's from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. So we're still playing with the hours. Right now, we're still playing tactical. We're in tactical mode. We're doing very well on the off days, on Mondays and Tuesdays. When a lot of these major chains and even some of our local barbecue spots are closed. We're picking up the slack on that, and then we're just brought back our buffet. So one things that we were doing before the restaurant, we were having a lot of events. So we do a lot of car shows, car events, a lot of big time events that we do, and we would also hold a monthly buffet at another local sports bar in the Southside at Brewster's, and that got very popular. We did that for a few months, and we got into our spot. We just brought that back last Sunday, and it was from 5 to 9, but we only made it till 7 p.m. It was a $20 buffet. I mean, you can't go anywhere. $20 buffet. It's a great opportunity to come on, try the food, and we sold out immediately. So we're gonna
That's
gear up for
awesome.
that one. Oh, it's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah, that is awesome, man. That is awesome. So, on a daily basis, doing your regular business hours, how
Mhm.
large is your menu?
So we have your typical traditional one meat, two meat plates,
Yeah.
couple just sides. We have your cream corn with your 3 different coleslaws, and that's something that we're different with is our coleslaw. We have your typical ranch slaw, and then we got a tangy mustard slaw, and then we have a Southside slaw, which is more like a chili lime slaw. So that's something that we're known for. And then we got your your mac and cheese, um, and your potato salad. So everything's from
Okay.
scratch.
Yeah.
All the homemade things from scratch. I like to delegate, and I like food, so I try and grab a lot of things that I gravitate to as growing up in San Antonio. So there's a lot of products that I use that
That was
are
going to be, I was going to lead to
yeah,
that
man.
question shortly.
Man, they're local to us, man. So I'm from the South Side, so the traditional stuff we have. You got your prime brisket, your pork ribs, your sausage. Which the sausage, one thing I'm gonna be honest, that's my next goal. I want to learn how to make some mean sausage. So right now I source my sausage from Kielbasa or HEB, but most of the time it's local people, So we have the sausage, and then the dino ribs I do on Saturdays, and the smoked turkey breast.
Okay,
So,
sweet. Yeah, sweet. All right, dude, I am coming through, and I can't remember the name of the gentleman, man. That's supposed to be one of the baddest sausage king of Texas. That he does a sausage class.
yeah, that's
Uh,
Bill Dumas, man. Bill Dumas.
there you go, Bill
Yeah,
Dumas.
I met him at the Texas barbecue festival in Belton last month. So they had that little festival, and Derek actually invited us to come out. So we actually went out to showcase our food with some of the top people in Texas, and that was an amazing experience meeting a lot of these pit masters, and
Yeah, yeah,
Bill was one of them. So the sausage is amazing. So that's another thing that as far as being a student and what's helped me elevate my game from being mediocre to doing a lot better is learning from the best, man. And I'm not trying to to learn it the hard way. It's I'm gonna work smarter, not harder, and learn from the best guys and just put my own little twist to it. Like it's like I say, like you can't reinvent the wheel, but I can paint it and put some rims on that bad boy and make it my own. So
yeah. Oh, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. Now
yes, sir.
you mentioned earlier, growing up with these types of food.
Mhm.
How much of what you picked up from moms, grandma, pops, grandpa, how much of that is in your food? Is there a Mexican flair to what you are doing?
Absolutely. So, for example, like the tortillas, we incorporate the other part of our menu is the taco side. San Antonio, we're known for tacos. The flour tortillas there and the corn tortillas, they come from Molino, which is a tortilla factory in the Southside of San Antonio. They come from Del Rio Tortilla Factory it's off of Gillette. So I get those tortillas from there. The Spanish rice and the beans that I do for the catering, that's mom and grandma right there. So
Yeah, yeah.
so
All
the
right,
Spanish
sweet,
rice and the chino
sweet.
beans, bro,
Yeah,
that's all them.
yeah,
The Puerto Rican side of me, as far as the family, we did win which is specialty item we do have, which is Fidel Loco. We put a little twist to that. We'll put some either the chopped brisket or we'll put the sliced up beef fajita in our Fidel Loco. So that's something that a little twist that I add as far as the fajita part of it, but that recipe is more on the Puerto Rican Mexican side of the family.
okay, sweet,
Mhm.
sweet, man. Smoking Joe. I've never had Bill Miller's barbecue, so so uh, I I'll eat Bill Miller tacos, but
Yeah.
that'll probably be one of the last place I'll go for barbecue.
Well, I'll
I
tell
would
you
have
one thing. He
I
said
would
that
have
his
to be in a bad way.
it's funny how you mentioned Bill Miller because not many people know. So if you're watching this podcast, we were actually invited. I actually got a call from Bayless Miller, and we actually had set up a lunch with Bayless, which is he's the son of Mr. Bill Miller, and he's the one who took the stores from 2 to 70 something,
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
Texas. So we had lunch with them, and I brought them some food, and sure enough, me, Bayless Miller, and a couple other people had lunch and had his sides, and they were eating my barbecue.
yeah. Oh,
And
sweet. Yeah,
I'll tell you
sweet.
one thing: that man literally annihilated the brisket,
Yeah,
and it was a great meeting to meet Mr. Miller, and good thing that we had that little interaction. It was amazing.
yeah. Now there are a lot of folks out there, man, that are fans of Bill Miller's.
Oh
Nothing
yeah.
wrong with that.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
nothing. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
that's some good
Yeah,
fried chicken.
yeah, yeah. Dude, I love their fried chicken. Yeah, I've had that too.
Yeah.
And usually it's when I'm at a cook-off,
Yeah.
and I go grab lunch or something. I find a Bill Miller's fried chicken
Oh yeah.
and grab that, man. Smoky Joe, how are you doing? Trumpet is in the house. I see Terry. Good to have you guys, man. My man 805, how are you doing? The champ is in the house, man. All is well. Yeah, all is well. So again, folks, we're sitting here chilling with Adrian Davila, Double A's Barbecue on the south side of San Antonio. Uh, Only been open now a couple of months, man. Doing well, growing on a daily basis. I There's a group of us, buddies of mine. We're headed there next month for a sit down, and we will definitely let you guys know about it. What is going on? Let me try to run through this chat real quick. A See if there are any questions or anything we got here. All right, Daryl, good to have you. Daryl, how you doing, buddy? Drive safely, man. Yeah, drive safely. Smoking Joe, I totally can agree with that, man. Yeah, I totally can agree with that. So, hey, any
Yeah.
thoughts of uh how familiar are you? How comfortable are you with lechon? You know
Let's
that
on.
that yeah.
I'm always down to learn.
Yeah.
There's a
Ah,
few things I want to master. Yeah, it's still a learning process with everything as it always should be. I'm down to be a student. I've learned a lot of things from you and some of the videos that you put out, and there's always room to improve, man. And that's what I love about the
yeah,
community that
yeah,
we're
yeah.
in. It's like
And
there's the
I asked that because to me that is an unexplored item
yeah.
when it comes to Texas barbecue. You know, lechon in the tradition of the Puerto Rican lechon or
Hmm.
Cuban lechon.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, they do lots of whole hog in the South and Carolinas and whatnot, but they don't do lechon in the sense that they do. So I think that's kind of an unexplored area where if somebody figured out how to get that done
Hmm.
properly, they could corner the market big time.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know, yeah, they could corner the market
Absolutely.
big time. And it is something that I I've never eaten the Puerto Rican, the authentic Puerto Rican. You know, I've done my version, and my
Mhm.
version is delicious. So I can only imagine what the real deal is like. You know,
Yeah.
and anytime you watch any of those food shows on TV, man, and they show that the Zimmerman's, the Andrew Bourdain, I'm like, good gracious, you know, I need to get a hold of one of those at some point. Uh, but just a thought. That was just me thinking out loud, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, man. That's what I love about the way San Antonio is. There's so many people in this city, man. It's this is why I mean you saw the story about San Antonio being if not the best barbecue city in Texas or if not everywhere. I mean
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know
yeah,
how I don't know how
yeah,
real you think that is. I
yeah,
think we're solid. There's a lot
yeah,
of people here. There's 2 million people and it's growing and the thing about that is there's enough for everybody, and people want that different style. That's why I offer your traditional barbecue plates, but then the other style I offer is the taco twist. You're gonna get a fajita, not a fajita, a brisket taco with pico or some salsa in it. You're gonna get a turkey taco with some type of slaw on it or some onions in it. So you're gonna get that different flavor with the tacos when you're ready for it, if that makes sense. So, but again, we still have your traditional barbecue, so
yeah,
that's what I love
yeah,
about the
yeah.
growing sense. It's just the scene is growing in the city, and I just love being part of it.
Well, man, that is awesome. And you know, a lot of people, I guess, dude, I am a first class troll when it comes to Facebook. You
Yeah.
know, 99% of the things I post on Facebook, is to get a rise out of
Oh
folks.
yes.
You know, I will pick a topic that I know people feel strongly about one way or the other,
Yeah.
and I will just go go poke at that topic just to see if I can get a rise out of folks. And there's
Yeah.
no so that article, when I came across that article, uh I mean, nobody is going to put any real worth to that article. You know, it
Yeah.
it was some good reading material. I
Oh yeah.
read it, but I didn't walk out of there thinking, yes, San Antonio, yay. But I immediately knew that I had to forward that because some people were going to get upset.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and there were a few out there.
Yeah.
Oh, Kansas City, this that. And I'm like, come on, man, it's not all that much. You know, we all enjoy the barbecue. We all like to think our region of our regional barbecue is the best, whatever. But we all know how subjective taste is. So to
Yeah.
try to put any real worth behind it, you're blowing smoke. Yeah, there's no
Mhm.
need for that, man. There's no need for that. All right, let's see. Judge is in the house. What's happening, Judge? Uh, Smoking Joe has a great question. Smoking Joe is he's in the midst of a food truck, some vending, and that should be coming up fairly quickly at some point. But he's asking, what has been the most challenging part about getting your business going?
It's really that's a phenomenal question. It could be several things, but one of the main things is really just letting people know that you exist. That's always going to be the challenge. Once people know that you're there, um, it's a snowball effect. So I'm noticing that now. We opened up at the end of June. And we opened up for 3 days. And first couple of weeks, we knew it was going to be phenomenal. We took a week off to go to Belton to do that Texas Barbecue Festival. We came back because we closed that weekend. We came back, kind of lost a little bit of that momentum, but it's just a matter of getting your name out there. Again, there's a lot. If you look up barbecue in San Antonio, there's a lot of barbecue spots out there. There's a lot of food trucks that are dope as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
a lot of people that are open out of their trucks. I know a few guys that got fired. There's a lot of good food out there. It's just a matter of getting like part of that 2 million people to know
yeah,
that you
yeah.
exist.
Find your
You know,
little niche, man. Find your
yeah,
little niche. And to lead to take off from Joe's question, uh, one of the things I don't think you had that some other restaurateurs have is you had not made a name for yourself prior to going all in, so
mm.
to speak. You look at the Ernest Cervantes at Burnt
Oh
Bean.
yeah,
He was already a trained chef,
yeah,
and then he had the Chopped. Then he had
hmm
the TV that followed that. Then he had the competition championships.
hmm
So he already had a huge following.
oh
And
yeah,
smoking Joe, you've got that massive YouTube channel, that sizable YouTube channel. You're going to be you already got a following, man, that can spread the word of mouth, that
yep,
can share your days, your pop-ups or whatever you want to call them. So that is one of the things that you had not going. So you're fighting that battle now, A.
yes, exactly. Those guys again, seasoned guys. They've been there. I did my short little stint in the competition, and I feel I did what I did, and I got my feel for it. I walked I think once or something like that, but it was a great experience. And the one thing that I know that has elevated me above a lot of or just not against people, but myself from being mediocre to being very good at what we do and advancing so quick was learning from all of you guys. Does that make sense? So, it's like Michael Jordan and like you going into the NBA or if you guys follow sports. So it's like
Yeah,
going and
yeah,
learning from all the greats while they're still here. You know what I mean? It's like I'm gonna go spend a day with them. I'm gonna go spend video time with Larry and with Kareem and with Shaq, and I'm gonna learn everything that they can teach me and kind of put it all together. So that's the advantage that I think that I had because I was able to absorb all that. These guys, they went through the grit, man. They you guys, y'all sweat, blood, sweat, and tears, and those are things that I'm going through now. Is those growing pains of just hitting it hard, man. I'm smoking meat damn near 5-6 days a week, and it's just me,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's what I'm just, and I love it. It's crazy. It's hard work, but it's not hard work if that makes sense. Because
yeah. Oh, I totally understand,
yeah,
man.
it's
When
it's
you're
three
enjoying
days, bro.
when you're
It's
enjoying what you're
yeah,
doing, when there's a purpose to what you're doing, it's not so much work, man,
yeah,
as it is a part of what has to be done to get where you need to get. So we don't look at it as work. Now, hey, let me ask,
yeah.
sourcing. Are you at that point yet? Are you sourcing your meats individually? Are you sourcing like from HEB, or are you doing enough to be able to source from one of those big time uh, uh, agencies like a Cisco or somebody like that?
Yeah, so we got things working out with Benny Keefe right now. I'm still in the midst of dealing with that. Right now with the meat, it's pricing's all over the place. When I first started catering, again, I was still new to the game and just learning the business, and sourcing it from the local spots, from Sam's, Costco, HEB, whichever had the good deals on the prime brisket. And so um, as we grow, um, it's as I'm doing more briskets now, it's getting tougher to source them because of the amount I need. I just don't like going back and forth right now, and I'm at a point where I need to be able to source and just get in the shipment and just not worry about it. So
Yeah, yeah,
I'm getting help with my brother. My brother's been in the restaurant business for 20 years, bro. So that was a godsend to me. Is without him, a lot of these back end things that have to deal with restaurants, I'd be light years behind if it wasn't for him, if that makes sense. So he's actually got my game up to things like that with ordering. So I know my produce and things like that is on an order basis. Something with a lot of my other stuff. The meat is the next thing that we need to get on track of, though.
yes. Joe is asking on opening day, day one, did you over or undercook? Did you have too much product? What do you
So I
think?
I
And I think
undercooked.
he says
Yeah,
cool, but I think he meant cook.
I completely undercooked. I mean, I knew we were gonna have a lot of people. I think we sold out in 3 hours, which it I undercooked by a lot, and that whole weekend was good, but that first day was just, yeah, I almost died.
It is one of those things, man.
Yeah,
The capital that it takes to start up.
yeah,
That capital that it takes to start up, you cannot afford to cook too much product and then not sell because right off the bat, you don't want to, as a new spot trying to gain a loyal customer base. You don't want to be reheating barbecue.
no, no, not at all.
Because man, there's so many folks out there that are not going to give you a second opportunity.
Mm-mm.
If they
You got
come there
that
that
one
first
shot.
time and it's off, they're not coming back.
Mm-mm.
So
And
it's a tough decision, Joe. It's a tough decision, man, as to how much you're going to cook. Uh, but I am of the thought that you know what, I would rather sell out early than end up having to freeze a whole lot of barbecue, man, because it's not going to come back to you.
yeah, and it's that's the fun part of doing what we do, and it's the challenges like that just make you stronger, man. It just makes you wiser, and I love the process of what we're going through. When normally, when in my younger days, this should be high stressful times. When it at the end of the day, bro, it's how you react to these adversities that make you who you are, man. And I love this part of the game. I
Yeah,
absolutely love
yeah,
it this time.
yeah. Now, a prior to you going hot, did you get to spend maybe go hang out with a restaurant? Go give them some free labor for a couple of days, a week or so, to try to learn the business.
So, man, I would love to do that even still. So when all this happened, this was during COVID, so a lot of places were struggling. I was selling houses, brand new homes. I was gone 7 days a week. This was towards the end of 2020. Um, I started doing classes in October. That following March, I went to your class. And then we opened up the following. So I did a whole year of catering. That was one part that I probably would have loved to intern somewhere. But one thing that I was doing that entire year of 2020 all the way to 2021, the entire year was just working on my game. I was smoking left and right and just, messing up, and trying to get things right, being more consistent with my product, because I knew that consistency is key to getting people to come back, and to enjoy your stuff. So just pretty much perfecting my craft, if I could say that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's where I was grinding. I play football. I grew up 9 years of football, so that's 2 days to me. That entire time was I was in the lab in the weight room, getting better. Then I had I was grinding out and just doing festivals after festivals, sweating my ass off and learning this and learning that, and just product learning and just everything I can consume and just getting better. And then the opportunity for the restaurant came, bro, and we took it.
Yeah, yeah. Now, how much of a challenge has it been uh, in terms of running the restaurant? You know, balancing expenses. Are you able to keep the books? Do you have somebody doing that? What's coming in, what's going out? Because
Mhm.
these things aren't easy, and they're very important. They're
So
very important.
just the one thing that you need is you need backup, man. You got like you're not Papa Joe by yourself. It's Mama and Papa Joe.
Yeah,
It's my wife is a cornerstone to a lot of what I do. She from digital stuff to the admin part. I tried doing. I ran a business before. In 2012 and 2010. So I was an independent corporate distributor. So I was my own boss prior. I had a staff. So good thing I had prior experience running my own business. With payroll. But fast forward. You learn from your mistakes, and now I'm actually doing a restaurant. So instead of doing direct sales and marketing, now I'm doing food. It's a different world, but it started. You got to delegate your time, and you gotta spend money on yourself. Everything that from the accountant to you got to get somebody to do that stuff for you if you don't know how
yeah.
to do it. I
Yeah,
mean,
I am a total noob when it comes to
bro,
those types of things, man. So I would definitely be looking for to contract somebody to take care of that for me. That way, I don't go south with uh with Uncle Sam, because
yeah,
he wants his piece. Yeah,
quick too,
he
man.
wants
And
his piece. Yeah,
so that dealing with that, and then just labor. My wife works full time. I got 3 kids from 6 to 13. So it's a full-time thing for both of us. So it's just a matter of just delegating the duties of what you want, and also with payroll. You got to have people to help you out. So good thing I was fortunate enough to have a lot of family and all different aspects from everywhere to help me out initially. Now things have kind of set sail where things are a little more consistent, so where I can actually have somebody there and be able to balance that with paying that person and also maintaining sales and expenses. So it's always part of the game of what you're learning, and it's challenging at times, but at the end of the day, it's worth it.
it's totally
Yeah.
barbacoa bandits. I think you're right, man. Joe is going to be just fine as far as getting his name out there. His almost 200,000 subs. They might be across the nation and the world, but I think there are enough of them in Texas that he's going to be successful. Let me
Absolutely,
keep
man.
yeah.
He's another one I watch. I mean, Smoking Joe's another
Oh yeah,
badass dude that I spend hours watching. So thank you
yeah,
for your videos, man. Jeez.
yeah, man. Dude, every time I hear that something I enjoy doing can help somebody else, man, it makes me feel good. Yeah, it makes me feel good. Trumpet Master says he'll be there, so you know there'll be. Here we go. This damn Trumpet Master right here. He said he'll be there, so you know there are going to be a lot of people at Joe's trailer when they find out he's. Is this going to be a paid guest appearance, Trumpet? What a character. uh, hey, Trumpet, but if you're able to, man, come through next Friday, Brushy Creek, and come drink a beer, man. Would love to sit down with you for a little bit. I'm just running through this chat, man. All right, so you'll show up with some whiskey. All right, that's cool. Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, that is cool. So hey,
Yo.
any swag?
Yeah.
Are you do you have any swag that you're selling, man?
I got hats, I got shirts, black shirts, red shirts, hats.
Okay, all right,
Got
all
some
right.
koozies.
And
Yeah.
these are available online as well.
Yeah, just send me a message. I have them at the restaurant. So let me know what sizes you want. So I got the red shirts and I got the hats and everything there. Just give me a holler.
All right, dude, we are coming through, man. I'm probably bringing 3 or 4 buddies, and we're gonna come and come hang out and be able to come back and let these Mom and Papa Joe fans know exactly what it's all about. My
Yeah.
man TNT is big time in vending, man.
Yeah.
Totally agree, T. No reheating. It is not going to do well.
No.
Mama, he mentioned he's got his wife and a couple of family members.
3 total
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. And I mean, this dude right here, TNT, he's the hardest working man. He's like a James Brown of barbecue, man, in Iowa. Yeah. Oh, Sleeper is in the house. What's happening, Lance? How you doing, buddy? All right, so Lance says he's been doing a remodel, is kicking his butt. Oh, and now down with asbestos. Oh, that's not cool, man. Well, Sleeper, hope you're doing better, man. Get well. Yeah. Yeah, Darnell is not in the house yet. Let's go. Oh, Darnell is here? All right. TNT, man. Thyron is telling you to come visit in Iowa. Internship. I'm telling you, man, this dude right here, I'm talking day in, day out. That's what he does, man. Big time. He does it on a large scale. Yeah, he does it on a large scale. All right, so Darnell is in the house. I'm going through the chat. Yeah, going through the chat. What are you sipping on, eh?
Oh man, I just got some water. I got some hot ass beer that is still in the freezer right now. I was like, let me get a beer it's on the side of the fridge, just sitting there all warm. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah. What's
And I
up,
got one in the
Darnell?
freezer from last night. So had some in the freezer that I forgot to get out last night. So
Yeah.
yeah,
We've
that
got a
one.
couple of vendors in the chat, man. Starving Pig, Darnell is another gentleman that vends. He's out of Maryland.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out of Maryland. TNT is out of Iowa. You know, Iowa is not known for their barbecue. So TNT has got it on lock.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you come in there knowing what you're doing, you're gonna lock things down. Let's see. Going through the chat. Buzz, what's happening, baby? How are you doing? Great question, Joe. I meant to get to this and it skipped my mind. What are you smoking on? What are you currently smoking on?
So I recently, well, I've had it for over a year, but the pit that kind of just changed the game that I've actually always wanted. I got a 24 by it's probably about 108. It's a Lone Star grill. So
Yeah.
I got an offset Lone Star grill with a cabinet as well. So it does me well. I want bigger and better, obviously, but
Oh, that time will come, baby.
oh,
Yeah,
it's coming.
yeah, that time
But
will come.
yeah, still
Yeah,
working on that bad boy. It does the job, and um, that thing's a beast.
yeah. What grade of briskets are you cooking?
Prime got
All right, you're cooking prime. All
yeah,
right,
man.
sweet,
I've
man.
done this. I've done the choice and the select, and I just can't get over the prime.
Yeah, yeah. No, I totally agree, man. You've got some of the better restaurants out there, man. The best restaurants out there that are cooking
Mhm.
high end briskets.
Oh yeah.
These guys got contracts with the
Mhm.
Creek Stones and the whatnot. So
Yeah.
they're and I really, really, I'm a believer, man. And a lot of people, especially old school people, will tell you, man, you can cook a select and make it taste like nah. Yeah. Every once in a while, you'll find a select, man, that's mismarked or something, and it's got the marbling of a prime or choice or something. But for the most part, a select is just that. It's not going to have the fat content required, and people will be able to tell. Yeah,
Yeah,
people will
and
be
that right
able to
there,
tell.
that knowledge right there, you can't learn on a video. You can't
Yeah,
that right
yeah,
there. You
yeah,
it gets through cutting some meat up and trimming meat to and smoking to really understand that, and
yeah,
that right
yeah,
there, I'm still learning, and
yeah.
um, to me, I can tell already. It's just immediately.
Well. Let me ask: Are you? Do you still have any ideas about competing?
Yeah, man. I
Okay,
gotta. I got that. So Traders Village was the first one that I did last year.
dude,
So that
and
was
I mean, you smoked me. I was stuck in my seat, and you got up what twice?
I think so. One for
Yeah,
chicken. And,
you got up. And
yeah.
that was a well attended event, man. That was quality cooks.
Yeah.
I
So
was
one thing,
stuck.
hey man, I'm gonna tell you that was my first comp, right?
Yeah,
So I was like, okay, cool. I didn't realize. I mean, trust me, I was beyond grateful and floored that I placed, right? But doing some other comps after that one and placed, as far as the results, that just learning the competition game, you got to be on point, bro. And
oh yeah, oh yeah,
that one,
yeah,
I hold the one that trains me a lot more closer now. Doing a
yeah.
few more comps after that. So but that was coming up, so I got the registration. Might have to pull the trigger on that one since it's local.
Yeah, we've Mom and I, man, we've stepped back a little bit. We're gonna be at the IBCA shootout next weekend.
Hey,
And it's
good
gonna be
luck.
the first one since I believe March.
Rodeo. When did you do the rodeo?
So we're going there. We're gonna enjoy it, man. Hanging out with the folks. And if we happen to get a walk, awesome. But it's been a while, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
it has been a while. So Darnell says he's been teaching classes at the airfield at Fort Belvoir all week. Man, that's my old haunts, man. Fort Belvoir, Virginia. All right. Daryl, thank you
VA.
so much, baby. Thank you so much. All right, Jay, I got you now. All right. Buzz Barbecue is Jay. Yeah, Buzz Barbecue is Jay. All right, let me get down through this chat, man. Let's see. So in terms of the two main meats that we talked about, man, how many briskets are you doing per day, do you think?
Right now, so on the weekend, it's varying right now, anywhere from 3 to 7 briskets right now. It's not as much as some of these other spots, but
Yeah, oh yeah,
what I'm
oh
doing,
yeah.
but what I'm doing is really gauging. I find that it's funny because I'm doing a lot of business on Mondays. It's crazy. Um, but Sundays and Mondays have been really good for me. Saturdays is difficult, be straight up. Saturdays has been real hard. I'm like, but then again, you gotta understand it's Saturday in San Antonio. I gotta work extra hard to get a lot of people's attention on
Yeah,
that
yeah.
day.
Saturday is a day when people they spread out all over the place. Yeah.
So once, I believe after some time, but Mondays, and so that's where that's part of the business, that's the hard part, is really knowing when to adjust, man. Like, I have to adjust to times, and then kind of figure out that, like, when Mondays and Tuesdays, when I'm really promoting and marketing, hey, the other guys are closed, but I'm open. And the majority of my business is people that are coming because we're open on Monday and Tuesday, So
Yeah.
just really taking advantage of that, and the opportunities right there, and just to keep that snowball rolling to where eventually the Saturdays will be popping, and the Sundays and Mondays and Tuesdays are going to continue to get bigger and better.
Yeah. We spoke about Bill Dumas a little while ago, but Smoking Joe, and I know you've seen a number of
Yes.
his sausage videos. He's got that game down too, man. He says
Yes.
he's loved, man. Reach out to him, man, and see if you can't hook up at some point. He's
Definitely.
got that sausage game
And
down.
I just picked me up a grinder.
Okay. All
So
right.
it's there. It's yes.
Nah, yeah. But he'd be a good resource for you, man. Lots of
Absolutely.
knowledge in the sausage game. I
Mhm.
know how to eat them, but that's about it. TNT is asking, do you serve pulled pork?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
I didn't
Uh,
mention that, but yes, pulled pork.
all right. And now you say on Saturdays you do the beef ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm the king of beef ribs.
You make
Yeah,
a mean
yeah,
one. I've seen that one.
yeah. I'm the king
I've
of
seen the
beef
one you get
ribs,
in the
man,
drum.
and
Yeah.
I love them. Yeah, oh yeah, I love beef ribs any way they're cut. But
Yeah.
that is awesome, man. And how do those go over on Saturdays?
The what?
How do they go over? Do they are they a do they go quickly?
Oh yeah. I can't. People ask for them. It's weird, like, when I first started the restaurant, I've had them every day, and they'll sell out a day, or ghost town the very next day. Is like, man, I made all these, and
Yeah,
I'm pushing them. I'm like, you sure you
yeah,
want to try the beef rib? And so I got to the point where, what, I'm only gonna do them on Saturday, because again, you gotta adjust. You gotta call audible, man. And when the demand's back there on an everyday basis, then we'll make an adjustment. But for now, that's a specialty item, because it it takes time for those, and they're not cheap.
yeah. All right, Daryl is asking, all right, how do you figure out the point of cost for sales? And I think what he's asking is, how do you know what to charge?
Well, that's something that we went through, helping my brother. Again, he's been in the restaurant business for forever. He helped me out with that, and we broke it down per item. What's going to cost? How much do we use per item? Like, for example, like on a taco, how much is the tortilla? How much are the ounces of meat? How much coleslaw? How much this you're putting in? You have to break it down, and some of the stuff we were getting some outrageous numbers, like, especially when it came down to brisket cost, and
Oh
the
yeah,
price per pound, and with the prime, and it just jumped up 50 cents, within the last couple months, like month and a half. And so you gotta understand that, and just adjusting. I had to adjust. I started out pretty high. I'm gonna be honest with you. We weren't. I was a little bit uncomfortable with the prices that we were doing, and then we adjusted after that. And I believe, because as rightful as we should charge for, with what we do as a profession, but at that point, there's a median where you got to understand where people are going to pay, and people are going to be like, so
yeah,
I wanted to get away
yeah,
from the, man, I know it's good, but I never had you
yeah.
before, to where, let's just make it affordable. And
You-
let's throw in a $2 Taco Tuesday, which, that day for me is usually a wash, man. But at the end of the day, you got to spend money to make money, and that much more people came and tried my food. So
yeah, yeah.
it's all part of things that we're trying out here.
All right. Well, Marcus out of Arizona is wishing you all the best, Adrian. He's heading out for the evening. Uh, Rios Mario, looking forward to trying out your barbecue once he gets back in town, man. Once he gets back in town. Daryl's Daryl D, all right, is saying Starving Pig is saying do a 3 times cost at a minimum. That's a starting point, man. But based on the item, it can be even more than that.
Oh yeah.
You know? Yeah, based on the item. Let's see. All right, so I've reached the bottom of this chat, man, and we're right at an hour. Say again? Oh, Mama wants to know, do you have desserts? I don't know if you can hear her hollering.
Yes, we actually do, man. We have my mother-in-law's. You already know, if it's mother-in-law's, anything after that, it's gonna be good. So it's her banana cream pie that she makes. You know, it's that everything is scratch except for the vanilla wafers. Okay, so
and that's because vanilla wafers got those on lock.
Man, you can't beat that. Not even with the generic ones. You can tell, man, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
You got to get them. But that, and then we also, again, I like partnerships. We have a deal with Southside Craft Soda. They're from the South Side. And I'm from the South Side, so we have their soda there. But we have Limbers, which is a Puerto Rican dessert. A buddy of mine from Fort Worth has a business that, a limber. I'm not sure if you heard of that. They're called limberes, though. It's an icy pop in a cup, if that makes sense. So it's like very similar to a raspa, but it's a little different, and it's stuff that's been imported from Puerto Rico that they make, and I get those shipped down here, and they're amazing. So it's just something new to San Antonio, but the ones that are that are familiar with that type of dessert, I mean, and even the new people are just loving them.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, we're gonna put the address. We're gonna have Adrian one more time, man. Mention the business hours, the days, and if you get the opportunity, man, let's get out there and support this young man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah, let's help him with his dream, folks. We all have those dreams, man, and we all need those supports. So let's do that. Trumpet, you have a good evening, man. And as usual, folks, we appreciate all of you guys, man, that stopped in to hang out. All right. Starving Pig says usually $3 to $4 per taco.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you, here in Texas, people are going to frown on that.
So that's why I got them. I got mine. You get 2 for $6. Yeah. So they say, "Oh, I get 2." Okay.
Yeah. And with the number of taco spots that are running around San Antonio, Darnell, they'll walk right next door and get a cheaper taco, man.
Yeah,
that $4 taco. Yeah, that $4 taco better be awfully loaded. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So once again, folks, what's happening in North Texas Barbecue Addict? Hit them up on Roosevelt.
Mm-hmm.
What are the hours again?
So it is going to be Saturday, Sunday, Monday from 11 o'clock until 4. And then our $2 Taco Tuesdays is on Tuesday from 5 to 9 p.m. And then the second Sunday of every month, we're having our barbecue buffet from 5 to 8.
All right, barbecue
$20. Yeah, man, $20. Get there while you can. It's 12 and under, eat for free. I'm giving it away, but it don't matter. It's the atmosphere. We usually have a DJ. It's fun. We get the lights on. It's a nice atmosphere.
All right, man. That sounds like a winner, bro. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, can we BYOB?
Absolutely.
Oh, sweet. Folks, you can bring your own. Yeah, yes. You can bring your own.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, we're going to be making this happen in the very near future. We're going to be making this happen in the very near future. So, hey, close out, man. Anything you want to say to the folks out there?
Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Yes, sir.
If you got something, man, if you want to do something, if you got an itch to follow your dream, your passion, just do it, man. You got no time to waste. I left a 6-figure job to pursue my dream in barbecuing.
Yes, sir. Well,
So
man, we
do it.
appreciate you hanging out with Mom and Papa Joe. Hey, we will be seeing you in the very near future, man. Thank you once again for hanging out tonight. We want
Thank you
to
guys.
thank everybody out there for spending the last hour with us. We appreciate you. Be on the lookout for another video coming tomorrow. Another video dropping tomorrow. In the meantime, man, I want you guys to take care of yourselves. Look out for each other, and we'll see you when we see you. Holler.